Hello there, YouTube. Uh, well, I had a recent Goodwill visit looking for Blu-rays and DVDs. I found this, the Wild Planet Radio DJ. Uh, this is the only thing I grabbed at that particular Goodwill. It was priced at $5, but green was half off, so I only paid $2.50 for this. If you don't know what the Wild Planet Radio DJ is, it's a toy from 2000 that lets you broadcast on the radio. You have the long yellow antenna here and ground wire here. You clamp that to either a big metal object or a water pipe, and you string up the antenna as high as you can go. And then this will let you broadcast on the radio. Now, this broadcasts only at one frequency, 1610 AM, which around here, that was originally used for like emergency radio along the highway, but it's not really used that much anymore. I know there's two radio stations in Canada use it, and sometimes I can pick up some, I think maybe a Spanish radio on this Sony radio, but nobody broadcasts on that. And this has a couple functions, features, like a microphone, so you could talk into it with a volume slider, and 4 sound effects buttons, and a cassette tape player. And this can only play, it cannot record, which I feel like is a missed opportunity. So that you could just have like a off-the-shelf tape recorder, record something on the tape, and then put in to play it later. So you could just record something and put it on the tape and play it for later. Or you could play pre-recorded tapes. Now, to do this, you extend the antenna out all the way. So I'll give this a slightly bigger thing to ground to, just a scrap antenna. And then if I turn the radio on, as soon as I turn it on, you'll hear quiet, and the on-air lights come on. And you can hear the couple of the sound effects here. And you could talk into this microphone, which the sound effect buttons are controlled by the mic volume slider. You can also play tapes. This one is a greatest hits of, believe the 60s. It has an antidepressant ad at the beginning. So it works perfectly fine. But one feature about this that actually would make this useful is on the side, it has a headphone jack in, so you can play any audio you want. Now this is mono and the audio is in phase, so it combines the left and right together properly. So I could show you how that works. So I'll just take this audio cable, plug it into the side, and then tell me if you recognize this. And this is a royalty-free music. Now this sounds it sounds a little better when you if you have the antenna set up properly. I just have it tossed across here without really a proper ground, so it's not going to sound amazing. But this is a nice little thing. And then there is a mod you can do to this to increase the power level and the modulation. I've been trying to find some of those, see if they're like worth doing. So far, the only mod I've been able to find was the one that increases the modulation. There's a link in a video from V Westlife, which actually did 2 videos about this. An older one, which is very amateurish, and a newer one, which is a lot more polished. Now, funny enough, there's not a lot of videos on the Radio DJ. V Westlife's video about it, his newer one, is definitely the one you would want to watch to know more about this. But over here on his YouTube channel, he has a few things about it, like modding the radio, which it go bridge you to the Internet Archive, and it has a little bit of information about it. Again, this is a 25-year-old toy, so there's it goes an overview of the board, and it has one mod you can do, which is called Pat Ryan's Increased Range and Modulation mod, which, if I'm understanding correctly, it just increases the volume of the modulation, which would also overcome the static, thus giving you a greater range, which if I remember correctly, it said it kind of doubled the range. And basically, the mod is basically this right here. You're removing a leg of the transistor, add in a electrolytic capacitor, and a resistor, and a ceramic capacitor. It's a fairly simple one. I'm probably going to do that. I just need the right I just need to get the right resistor and the ceramic cap. But there's other mods, I just can't find them, because then again, this is a 25-year-old website that's on the Internet Archive. And the frequency is fixed to 1610. This does talk about how you could put some, I believe you put different frequency crystals, and you can get a few different frequencies out of here. But for me, 1610 works perfectly fine. And this runs on 4 AA batteries. It needs 6 volts, so I might modify this to take 6 volts as well. You just get to have the batteries and power plugged in at the same time. And because V Westlife did this in his video, he really liked that laugh button in his original video. And the back's nothing special. This is a FCC Part 15 radio. So with that, it's within certain power levels and stuff. Now, the mods to increase the modulation, still do your own research. Don't trust me for anything, but from what I read, it seems like those mods, it would still fall within the Part 15 guidelines and still not like be too powerful or anything. But at the same time, if you're not causing any problems, no one's going to really know. But don't trust me, do your own research. So this is probably the 10th video on YouTube about this now. So enjoy.